You know they weren't good for you. You know the relationship cost more than it gave, and you're still better off without them. And you miss them anyway. Not just sometimes, in a way that doesn't make sense to anyone around you, in a way that doesn't fully make sense to you. That's not weakness. That's one of the most specific and least talked about experiences in adult life. And there's a psychology to it. Here's what's actually happening. What you loved wasn't always who they were. It was who they could be. The version that showed up sometimes. The moments of warmth between the harder ones. The person you believed was in there if things were just a little different. When you miss them, you're often missing that version. The one that may never have really existed. That's not delusion. That's grief for a potential that felt real enough to stay for. And here's the part most people miss. The good times were real. The pain was real. But so was the connection. Real laughter. Real moments of feeling seen. Real times when it felt good enough to fight for. You're not confused because you were weak. You're grieving because something real was lost inside something harmful. Both can be true at the same time. But it goes deeper than that. High conflict relationships are intense by nature. The arguments, the reconciliations, the highs after the lows. Your nervous system experiences that intensity as significance, as if the relationship mattered more because it felt so much. Intensity isn't depth, and the body doesn't always know the difference. Here's what that looks like in practice. The push and pull wasn't just painful, it was also how the bond formed. The relief after conflict, the closeness that followed distance, the warmth that came back just when you were about to let go. That cycle creates a bond that's hard to explain and harder to break, because the attachment didn't form despite the pattern, it formed inside it. And leaving doesn't end that. Distance doesn't automatically reset the nervous system. You can be out of the relationship and still feel pulled back toward it, still reach for your phone, still replay moments that felt completely fine. Because the bond doesn't dissolve when the relationship ends. It dissolves much more slowly than that. Missing them doesn't mean you want them back. It means you were more attached than they deserved. Which of these landed for you? If this names something you've been trying to understand, subscribe. There are more patterns like this one.